Good evening and welcome to BISD High School Football. I'm Larry Janucki, your play-by-play host, and tonight we'll bring you the opening game of the year for the Porter Cowboys and the Lopez Lobos. And they'll be out on the field here in a moment to determine who's going to kick off and what we're going to do, and the team's getting ready to come onto the field. And here they come through the banner, the Porter Cowboys. Cowboys are like the Lobos, have not played a game yet. The only BISD school to play a game so far was Rivetta, and they defeated, I believe it was, I can't remember, it was La Jolla last week pretty well, pretty handily. And the Lopez Lobos come out on the field to open up their first game of the season. So we've got two BISD schools, although of course the Cowboys are in Class 5A and the Lobos are in Class 4A. Great night for football, a little warm and muggy like it usually is in this early part of September. Just a little more summer for all of us. Plenty of water in the air, a lot of humidity. One of the things that we notice over the years having, this is I guess the start of our 11th year that I've been doing BISD football. I've noticed that these teams continually keep hydrating their players. That is, continually keep giving them liquids so that they will keep them in their body as they burn them off quickly, and that, of course, avoids cramps. Going to be kickoff right now. The Lobos will kick to the Cowboys to start this ball game. And the kick is in the air. It's going to be short and out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty. So the Cowboys will get a chance to start in really great field position. Not the way you would like to have your ball game start for your team if you're the Lobos, but the Cowboys will like that. Of course, it's a penalty to kick the ball out of bounds. So it will be a 1st and 10 for the Cowboys as soon as we get the ball out. The officials have been, I don't know, the officials have been kind of, the ball's been hidden. I don't know exactly where it's been, but everybody's kind of slow getting to play in action here. The Cowboys will start 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Julian Moya, their second-year quarterback, back in that shotgun. Of course, that's that spread offense. They're going to put 4 receivers out. Gives to his only running back. Crosses the line of scrimmage, but he'll be stacked up around the 33, I think is where they'll mark his forward progress. Carrying the ball was Willie Garcia. So it brings up a 2nd down and 7. Ball is at the 33-yard line. Still here in the first quarter. 2 setbacks now. They'll shift out. Back into that shotgun with the 3 receivers out to the right side. And it's going to be an option. Looks like he might have wanted to pass there for just a moment. It was not really a very good pitch because the Lobos really had turned that around. But the handoff to Rolando Isaguirre just looked to me like he was thinking about passing it for a moment, but more than he was just swarmed under. And so they'll lose back to the original line of scrimmage, back to the 30. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Still from that shotgun. Straight to Moya, rolls right. And he looked for a receiver, but just overthrew him. Just off the outstretched hands. I don't think he would have had a 1st down anyway. So that'll bring up a 4th down. The Cowboys are going to have to punt the ball. Their first drive unsuccessful. They gain a net of 3 yards and, of course, then lose it on a deep tackle on an option play. So they're right back where they started from. 4th down and 10. Cowboy kicker Aldo Sierra. This young man can put his foot in the ball. High snap, but he handles it pretty well. And he did this time, too. Fair catch called for at the 39-yard line of the Lobos. So that's where we'll start for Lopez, and they'll get their first possession of the night in their own territory at their own 39-yard line. We've got no score here in the opening quarter of play. Lopez will start in their own territory, right around the 39-yard line, but I believe we've got a penalty here having to do with the kicker. Personal foul roughing the kicker against Lopez. So that should result in a first down for the Cowboys. That'll negate that kick. So the Cowboys will receive a 1st and 10. And they'll mark it off from the spot of the previous line of scrimmage, which was about the 30-yard line. And they'll mark the ball right about the 40, between the 45 and 46. We'll call it 46. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Cowboy 46-yard line. Okay, we're going to finally get this underway here. All right, the Cowboys get set to go. They're in that spread formation from that shotgun. 4 receivers, 3 split to the left side, a single setback. In that option position, Moya keeps it, goes to the option, cuts it upfield. Short gain on the play. Ball carried by number 33, Arturo Aguilar. He's a junior fullback for the Cowboys. Actually looks like he lost some yardage on that. He'll lose about 3, so we'll call it a 2nd down and 13. Good defense by the Lobos. They've really got the option play down cold so far. 3 receivers split left, single to the right with a setback. Moya back to pass. Looks for his man cutting across the middle, but it looks like it's going to be incomplete. Let's see, I think he was looking for Willie Garcia, I believe. Yeah, I think that's who it was, Willie Garcia. But it was incomplete, so it brings up a 3rd down and 13. Ball remains at the Porter 43-yard line. Man goes in motion left. Again, 4 receivers, single setback. Just a straight little handoff. This time goes back to his running back, Aguilar. But he'll fall well short. But I believe we've got a penalty flag out here. We do. No score here in the first quarter. Just underway. Personal foul, face mask against the Lobos, and that's 2 costly penalties that they have had that have given the Cowboys a first down. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, and they'll now move the ball into Lobo territory at the Lobo 47-yard line. Cowboys offense has pretty well been stopped by the Lobos, but it's been the penalties, costly penalties, roughing the kicker, and a face mask call, giving the Cowboys first downs. Direct snap to Moya. He wants to go deep, and it's going to be just in and out of the hands of number 12, Frank Barrera. But he sure threw that ball downfield. I'll tell you what that does. And if you think about this, you need to throw it downfield like that and air it out, because then you've got the defense thinking all the time that they'll go down and do it. So they've got to remember that and respect that, even if it didn't fall complete. So it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the 47-yard line of the Lobos. Cowboys offense having a little trouble with this stingy defense of the Lobos. Gives it to his running back. Just student body left down the sidelines and still going. Finally gets inside the 30. And they say they ran him out of bounds somewhere around the 25 or 27-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot the ball. They say he stepped out around the 30-yard line. So it'll bring up a 1st and 10. Gain of 17 on that play. That was Jesse Ramirez who set it back in the backfield. He's normally a receiver. Again, they show that same formation. This time they'll put trips on the right side, a single left. Moya goes back to goes back to the man he wanted to, Frank Banana, but it just couldn't hang on to it. They always say about excuse me, about receivers, never throw it to them right between the numbers because they'll never be able to catch it. You've got to throw it a foot over their head or a foot left or a foot right, and they'll always make the catch. You never hit them between the numbers, right? So it brings up a second down and 10. Ball remains at the 31-yard line of the Lobos. Again, that same formation, 4 receivers out. Moya with the direct snap, being rushed, now drops back and hits his man right at the 20-yard line and continuing to run down those sidelines. Boy, what a great catch that was. A good throw, Jesse Ramirez. And he'll tiptoe down around the 10-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot that ball. But it'll be a 1st and goal for the Cowboys. And they say he went out at the 9-yard line, so that's what it'll be, a 1st and goal, ball at the 9. No score here, but the Cowboys threatening. Lots of receivers. Straight back to his running back. Aguilar down to the 4-yard line, it looks like. Brings up a 2nd down. 8:44 remaining here in this first quarter. Cowboys knocking on the door. Aguilar got down to the 3-yard line, so it's a 2nd and goal. Ball is at the 3. Cowboys have run this offense for, this is the 3rd year. First year they went into it exclusively was with Billy Garza, all-district quarterback who's now playing at the University of Illinois. To Moya, straight to Aguilar, and he just runs right over the top of it. Aguilar, number 33, the fullback. So we're down to 3rd down and goal, right there inside the 1-yard line, 3rd and goal. Just inches away. I would be interested to see if they would line up behind the quarterback, line up behind the center anytime on a play like this, because that would almost telegraph what you were going to do. No, they're going to stay. Okay, Moya's out there telling his receivers to split wide. They've got 4 receivers, 2 on each side, and I mean they've really stretched that defense. Moya's straight ahead. I don't know whether he got in there or not. I don't see a signal. No, 4th down. 4th and goal. Ball remains inside the 1-yard line, just outside the goal line. I mean, we're talking like inches here. In this particular formation that they use, this spread offense, when they go into this short punt formation or shotgun, as it's called, it's difficult to set up that running play on a short one like that. Moya goes over the middle. It's going to be knocked away. So the Lobos have overcome some deficits here in the opening quarter and held the Cowboys out. The Cowboys had 2 downs at about the 3-inch line, and they could not get the ball in. Procedure call against the Cowboys is declined. So for the Lobos, they saved themselves. They bit the bullet. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for them at their own 1-yard line. In fact, it really won't even be the 1-yard line. It'll be inside of that. So a long ways to go. Quarterback Carlos Salas will bring the team out. We'll see if they keep the ball on the ground just to keep it safe, because you certainly don't want a turnover here. 2 setbacks. Now they're into the shotgun now. He's just going to keep it. Oh, he was hit in the end zone, but managed to get his way out. And the tackle was made by the Porter Cowboys, number 99, Gilbert Flores. Or number 89, okay. My spotter's helping me. I have no 89, so we don't know who that is. He was tackled by the mystery man from Porter High School. So it's a second down still, and we're talking still 10 yards to go. Ball, well, it's not inside the 1 now, it's at the 1. So they gained a few inches. Into that shotgun. Rolls to his right. I mean, taking a chance. They're coming after him. And he throws it downfield and hits his man up around the 10-yard line. And it's going to be a reception good enough for a first down, it looks like. Good call. Good pass. Good catch. That's the last thing I would have expected, but great call. That's Sammy Montalvo, okay? He's the offensive coordinator over there. Oh, they didn't make the first down, huh? Oh, I thought they did. Okay. 3rd and short. Ball is just about the 11-yard line. In that shotgun spread. Hands off to his running back. Kicks it outside. Being chased and run out of bounds, but he should have the first down. I believe he does, yes. 1st and 10 for the Lobos. Montemayor, his son's playing for him here this year too, and has been for the last 3 years, which I think would be great. If I were a dad and my son played for me, if I were a coach. Ball is at the 18-yard line of the Lobos. They have it a 1st and 10. These two teams almost mirror each other in their offensive formations. Fakes to his running back, keeps it himself, goes over the right tackle, but meets a lot of opposition right there. Ball gets out to the 19. We'll call it a second down. And about, let's see, second down about 4. Or rather a 3rd down and about 4, I believe, right. Get a shot of that offense. Juan Munoz, the running back. Gives it to Munoz. Again to the 20-yard line, far short of that first down by about 4. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 4. Ball remains at the 20-yard line of the Lobos. You can see that they spread that out, and Munoz never had a chance. He got to the line of scrimmage and was buried. 4th down and 4. They'll punt it away. Cowboys hope to put this one in a little better position. Low snap, but handled easily. Punts away. Cowboys are not even going to field it. It's going to roll. There it goes. Finally picked up deep. Still straight ahead. And finally dragged down from behind on a good tackle. The Cowboys will start 1st and 10 in good field position. Great return that time by Eric Solis, a defensive back, senior defensive back. Laundry on the field, usually during a kick or a punt return, usually means the offensive team probably blocked behind the back or did something illegal. That's usually what the case. And that's what it'll be. It'll be a holding call against the Cowboys. So they'll negate a really good punt return and start again at their own 25 or 26-yard line, 1st and 10. That was a great punt. That really was a great punt. That must have been about 50-something yards. Cowboys again set it in that shotgun with 4 receivers out. Single setback remains with Moya, the quarterback. Good snap. Moya wants to pass all the way. Just too high. That ball was intended for Saul Garza. He's a senior receiver. It'll fall incomplete, bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the Porter 26, no score. About 4 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Same formation for the Cowboys. Again, straight back to Moya. Has his man around the 30. It won't be enough for a first down, but he found Juan Munoz, or rather Christian Pena. You can see from the replay, good defense though by the Lopos. They had that one smelled out. They'll give you the short one, but they won't give you anything big. They gained 4, so it's a 3rd and 6. Ball is at the 30-yard line of the Cowboys. No score here. Ticking away in the last minutes of the first quarter. Man goes in motion right. Goes to his running back. Goes over the left side, and boy, he's met by the entire right side of that defense. 4 minutes here and counting. 3:58 remaining in the first quarter with no score. Boy, I tell you, that's a tough way to go. If you're a running back like Aguilar, you're the fullback, and you're just got a full head of steam back there. You're lined up about 4 yards back from the line of scrimmage, and you hit that line, all of a sudden all you see are white shirts everywhere, and they're not really excited about seeing you there. So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and still about 6. Ball is at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys put it back into the hands of Lopez. Almost blocked. Wow, good shot on that by our camera crew. No return on that. We'll see where they officially mark it. The official walks up to the 43-yard line. We've got a penalty flag, I saw. You know, this is the first game of the season. You see a lot of laundry on the field. Okay, they had an eligible receiver downfield from the Lobos. So it's going to bring up the Cowboys are going to keep the ball. Another critical error by the Lopez defense. Out 15 yards. And gives the Cowboys a first down. Just short of midfield. We'll call it the 46-yard line. So that is another critical defensive error by these Lobos. And I will tell you, I know head coaches are really not happy about this stuff. This is the kind of thing that will absolutely, if a coach still has hair, he's pulling it out, believe me. Straight back to Moya, 1st and 10. Got a man wide open, hits him. Pena down at the 40-yard line and falls to the 39 in Lobo territory. 17-yard pickup on the play. Boy, that was a good catch, good throw, also a great tackle. I mean, he just cut Pena's legs out from underneath him. 1st and 10 Cowboys, Lobo 39-yard line. Same formation, trips to the left. Got his man, breaks the tackle and stumbles, but it's going to be a completion. That's one of the things about this particular, as you can see, it looks like Moya is beginning to find the distance. Hits his man, good route, and stumbles down inside the 25. So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Back again. This is their second trip, but they haven't put a point yet on the board. Their ball is at the Lopez 24-yard line. Man goes in motion left. Moya just gives it to his fullback, Aguilar. Oh, yes. That's one of the problems with this formation is you are you have a little trouble running the ball straight ahead. No gain on the play. In fact, I think he might have lost. He lost 2 yards. So to bring up a 2nd down and 12. Good defensive play by that Lobo defense. They've needed some because they've given 3 first downs on either a 3rd down and long or a 4th down to these Cowboys and let them back in this game. So they need to do something here. Trips to the left side, single right, again to Moya. Right over the middle, wide open. And if he could have kept his feet, he'd have been going. We've got laundry on the field somewhere. But great catch that time by Jesse Martinez, a senior receiver. You see the replay there. I mean, he was wide open out there. And if he hadn't stumbled, I think he'd have gone down inside the 5, maybe for the TD. The officials are waiting to tell us what's going on here, what the flag's doing out there. My guess is we've got some holding, defensive holding somewhere. The penalty's going against the Cowboys. And it'll negate that gain. It'll be a 5-yarder. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 17. Ball is back at the Lobo 31-yard line.
Third down and 17 for the Cowboys. They're from the 31-yard line of the Lobos.
Look at that. We've got 4 receivers out. Straight back to Moya. Boy, he's going for the end zone, going for it all. And it's going to fall incomplete. So to bring up a 3rd down, still 3rd and long. I like that call, though. I got to tell you, I like that call. Go for it. Why not? You don't have anything to lose. You're looking at 3rd down and 17. You're going to have to go deep anyway, so let's go for it. Way to go, Coach Kaiser. Coach Kaiser and I both went to Texas Tech. Did you know that? You didn't know that, did you? All right. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 17. Ball at the Lopez 31 for the Cowboys. Man in motion. Moya drops straight back. Deep drop. Looked like he wanted to set up a short little screen pass. And he finally gets it complete to Jesse Martinez. But it's going to be a short gain. And we've only got a minute left here in the first quarter. But the ball will now go, they'll either have to punt it or field goal it or do what they're going to try and do here. Sienna's a pretty good field goal kicker. So we'll see. If he sets it up, it'll be about a 42-yarder. And it looks like they're going to do it. Cowboys in their home blue. Lopez in their visiting white jerseys, trimmed in gold and navy blue. Now, that was a 4th down, so they're going to give it over to the Lobos. Lobos will start. Salas pitches out to his running back. And he splits to the right side, and he'll be out of bounds, but not before he picks up some yardage. So the Cowboys turn it over on 4th down. They will spot the ball. Oh, looks like we got, they say he was pushed out of bounds right about the line, about the 30-yard line. Looks like, in fact, it looks like he lost a yard. So to bring up a 2nd and 11, ball is at the Lobo 30-yard line. Second and 5, okay. Still in that spread formation. Straight ahead, just hands it off to his running back again. And Munoz has got plenty of room this time. He breaks through and into that secondary and finally tripped up and goes down at the 37. You can see the Lobos are having a lot more success running that ball from that shotgun formation than the Cowboys are. 1st and 10 for the Lobos at their own 37-yard line. Carlos Salas, the quarterback. Munoz, the single running back. 4 receivers, trips left. Fakes to the handoff, keeps it. Wants to go, then changes his mind, changes direction. Heads to the right side, wanted to get upfield, but couldn't do it. Good defense by the Cowboys as they run Salas out of bounds. Might have picked up a yard. Looks like he did. So to bring up a 2nd down and 9. It won't go as a sack officially since he had positive yardage. 2nd down. Ball's at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to go. And that's the quarter. So the first quarter comes to an end. It's a scoreless tie between Porter and Lopez. The only serious scoring threat was by the Cowboys, but they were held out by the Lobos down inside the 1-yard line. So the Lobos have the ball, and they've made some positive yardage their last couple of plays. Salas wanted to throw it and then reversed his field as he was being chased. There's lots of blue shirts after him, and he just launches that downfield. It's going to be intercepted by the Cowboys, and it'll be picked off, and the Cowboys will start deep in Lopez territory. Eric Solis picked it off, and that'll give the Cowboys a big break. Cowboys will have it 1st and 10 inside the Lopez 40-yard line. Just a bad decision that time by Eric Salas, the quarterback from the Lobos. Just not a good pass. You can see he was under a lot of pressure and just put it up for grabs. He didn't see the defensive backs. He was out there looking to find his receiver, number 83. I think it was Ricky Cruz. So the Cowboys get it 1st and 10 at the Lopez 45, they say. As I say, these two teams' offenses just mirror each other. Moya fakes the handoff. Downfield, caught. Again, Jesse Martinez on the reception. Those senior receivers have been involved in this program, in this type of offense now for about 3 years. And so they know where the open spots are and how to work the defense. It'll be enough of a gain, I think, just short of the first down, I believe. It'll bring up a 2nd down and about 3. The ball is marked at the 37-yard line of the Lobos. Moya started to complete those passes. Hands off to his fullback, Aguirre. Aguirre just goes student body right. Across the 30, breaks through a number of tackles, keeps going, drags another tackler down inside the 15 to about the 12. Well, he was not about to be stopped that time. 1st and 10. The Cowboys mounting a scoring drive here. If they can get it in. Serious threat. Ball at the 12-yard line. This Lopez defense has played pretty well, except they've given up 3 critical first downs for penalties. So far, they've not harmed them, but the turnover has. Aguirre and Moya keeps changing position. They got to make up their minds now. Got to get set. Moya right over the middle, and I saw that one coming. Boy, that was a great pattern run that time by Christian Pita. It was just a little crossing pattern. It was deep crossing pattern, and Moya knew exactly where he was. He just didn't get the ball to him. It was a little too tall. 2nd and 10, ball remains at the Lopez 12-yard line. Moya sets it up in the back. Saw an interview with this young fellow. He's a nice young man. I talked to his coach, Coach Kaiser, about him, and he has nothing but positives to say about him and about all of his team. Fakes, being chased. I mean, he's running for his life, and he throws that one just out of bounds away from everybody. And he was in the general direction of Jesse Martinez. So it's a 3rd and 10. Ball is at the 12-yard line.
Second quarter score, 4 minutes left in the half. Ravenna Raiders 0, Edinburgh North Cougars 0.
3rd down and long. Cowboys got held out from inside the 1-yard line last time they were down this far. Tell you, this Lopez defense is they're not pushovers. Man goes in motion. Goes to his left, deep into the end zone, and it's going to be, just in and out of the hands of his receiver. That was one of those great little routes that you run down there. Saul Garza. It's one of those pitch and catch things. You just toss it up for the corner and hope that your receiver can come down with it. He just couldn't do it. So it's 4th down. And you can see it right here on the replay. And actually, Moya should have put it over the other shoulder to the inside of his receiver, or rather to the outside rather than to the inside. But he didn't do it. So we're going to have a field goal try by Siena. Ball sets it up at the 24, so that'll be a 34-yard kick. Snap is good. Kick is up. Boy, it's got plenty of distance on it. Yes, it's good. So the Cowboys score first tonight on the leg of Aldo Siena as he kicks a 29-yard field goal. And that brings the Cowboys to the lead 3-0 here in the second quarter. 10:22 remains here in the first half of play as the first points are scored by the Cowboys of Porter. Cowboys will kick off, put the ball back in play. Sierra launches that one. And the ball is caught and not upwards of the 20-yard line. Rico Benavides, a junior receiver for the Lobos, took that. So the Cowboys broke the scoring ice. They lead 3-0 here on this Labor Day weekend. Hope all of you have plans to do something nice or rest or enjoy yourselves or whatever. Very short return at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, or the Lobos at their own 5. Straight back to Salas. He rolls right and wants to find his receiver right around the 10-yard line. Pass will fall incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Cowboys would like to hold them right here if they could and force them to punt and get good field position and come down and put some more points on the board. Still in that shotgun formation, the spread offense. 4 receivers. Little quick out pass to his running back. Boy, there was nothing there. In fact, I think Munoz might have lost a yard down there at the 5. You got to be careful and safe. I understand that. But that one just did not go anywhere. Oh, he lost a yard. So to bring up a 3rd down and 11. Ball is at the 4-yard line of the Lobos. Actually, it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 12 because the ball's actually at the 3-yard line. The Lobos have had success running from this formation. Both Munoz and Salas are good little running backs. Salas drops straight back and he's going to go deep, throwing it a double coverage, and it's going to be knocked away. Good defense that time by the Cowboys. That's a pretty good pass, though. I have to tell you, pretty good pass. Looking for Rico Benavides, but the Cowboys smelled it out. Falls incomplete, brings up a 4th down and 12. Ball is at the 3-yard line, and the Cowboys would like nothing better here than to get this one short and put it down inside the 30. Maybe good to get a good return and put one in the end zone. Punter will be after the ball. I mean, he's going to be stuck back down there in the back of his end zone. He drops the ball and he gets it away, but it's not very far. And the ball comes bounding back and finally goes out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Boy, that was just terrible for the kicker. That really wasn't his fault. He got a bad snap and just couldn't handle it. And he was lucky enough to get the ball away, and he did, but it wasn't a very good kick. So the Cowboys get a great break. They get the ball inside the 25-yard line at the 23. 1st and 10. Boy, you're looking for something. Looks like he's talking to his offensive coordinator. He's tall and lean. Tall and lean and smart. It's one of the things I like about him. He's an intelligent young man, and he plays football very well. Still in that shotgun. Boy, he gives it to Aguirre, his fullback. Aguirre, boy, he just keeps running for open places. Gets inside down to about the 5-yard line. It'll bring up a 1st and goal. Good blocking downfield by the Cowboys line. Cowboys have been down here before, but they only put up 3 points last time. This time I would know that they would like to put up 7. Aguilar, rather, is the running back that carried it down there. Moya gives it to Aguilar. This time they were ready. I mean, they were waiting for him. They saw that one coming. And Lobos make a huge defensive play back there and drop him for a big loss. Drop him back at the 10-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd and goal, ball at the 10. Well, this Lopez defense, they have done some work tonight. Aguilar sets up with Moya. 4 receivers. Man in motion right to Moya. Moya gives it again to Aguilar. He's running, but he's going to be brought down outside the 5-yard line, so it's going to bring up a 4th and goal for the Cowboys. They spot the ball at the, I believe it's the 6-yard line. They're going to go for it. It's a touchdown or nothing. Moya rolls left, stops, being rushed. Oh, I mean, he's got people coming from everywhere. What a great rush. A blitz coming in from the Lopez Lobos, and I mean just bury Julian Moya back at the 25-yard line. Wow. So great defensive play by the Lobos, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for them at their own 25. And I got to tell you, how many more times can they dodge the bullet? But so far, they've made it all. Defensive coordinator, Silvano Ramirez. Now, I guess we've lost a down in here somewhere, so I guess it's a 4th down. They brought on Sienna, and he's going to go back and try a 36-yard field goal. I apologize. We lost it. We lost a down somewhere. And it's good. So a 36-yard field goal puts the Cowboys up by a score of 6-0 here. We're in the 2nd quarter, heading towards halftime. And the Cowboys have all the points on the board despite some valiant efforts by the Lopez defense. We've got 6:23 remaining here in this first half. Welcome back. They're going to kick it off here. 6:23 remaining in this first half. Kick goes deep. It's going to be bobbled, picked up finally, and it's going to be run back by Munoz, the running back. And he gets a pretty good run back on that. But we got a flag as usual, so that happens. I apologize, folks. I lost a down myself. I usually keep a running play-by-play, but for some reason or other, I missed a down there, and I thought that the Cowboys, when Moya was sacked, that was their last down, and that they were going to go for it on 4th down. I apologize. We'll see the official call. That's a personal foul committed by the Cowboys. They'll tack that on to the end of that run. Boy, those are the kind of things, you're right. Coaches just pull their hair out. Munoz gives them a good field position, and then, of course, with the penalty coming, it's going to make it even better. So for the Lobos, they'll set it up 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line with 6:15 remaining. The Lobo offense has just not been able to do anything tonight. They've made a few 1st downs, but that's about it. Salas Gives off to his running back, Munoz. Munoz sweeps to the left side. Cowboys come out, string it out, and bring him down, but not before he picks up a few yards. He gets out to the 48-yard line, picks up 6. 2nd and 4. Gets out to the 49. Cowboys lead here, 6-0. Final minutes of the first half. Man goes in motion right side. Salas gives it to Munoz. Munoz right over center. Crosses midfield. Still be short of that first down, but not by much. Going to bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd down and 1. Ball is at the 49-yard line of the Cowboys. Lobos' first trip tonight into Cowboy territory. Salas keeps it. Boy, he's got a big hole, and he just squirts right through it. Hangs on to that football and picks up the first down and gets down further into Cowboy territory. With the clock ticking away here in this first half, gets down to the 37, 1st and 10. The first serious scoring threat tonight by the Lobos, their first trip into Cowboy territory. Three receivers set to the right side, 4th on the left. Fakes to Munoz, keeps it, runs back the other way. If it works one time, let's go back. Try it again. Salas picks up positive yardage. Gets to the 32-yard line. They spotted the 31. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Pickup of 6 on the play. Lobos trail here 6-0. 2 field goals by Aldo Siena, the difference in this ball game. Drops straight back, being rushed, forced out of the pocket, rolls right. Hits his man, finds him down there near the sidelines. We'll see how he looks at it. I'm not sure that this was the primary receiver that Salas had in mind, but it turned out to be wide open. Catches that in front of the defensive back and gets down to the 18, 1st and 10. Lopez inside the red zone for the first time of the Cowboys. Look at all those receivers out there. That really put some pressure on those defensive backs and those linebackers. Salas looked like he wanted to keep it and run it up, but changed his mind and finds a receiver. And I mean, he is wide open. And Rico Benavides picks that ball up and goes in for the TD. This will tie the score at 6-all with the extra point attempt coming. Great call. Great call. And Carlos Salas really sold that play. Looked like he was going to be a running play. And then he headed towards the line of scrimmage and then stopped. And I mean, he hit he hit Benavides right square. Now we'll go for the extra point. See if the Lobos can take the lead here. Cowboys are making a substitution switch here. There we go. Now I think we're ready for play. Oh, the kick is blocked. It's no good. And, of course, they can pick it up and run it. And if they can run it all the way back, they get 2 points for that, but they don't do it. So it's going to leave us locked in a 6-all tie here late here in the first half of play. Boy, what a great offensive stand that was this time by the Lopez Lobos. 3:07 remaining. I mean, they took that ball all the way down the field. They started at their own 25-yard line and drove it 75 yards in 8 plays. And the last one was an 18-yard scoring pass from Salas to Rico Benavides. And that tied the score at 6-all here with just minutes remaining in this opening half. Well, we'll see if the Cowboys can answer and break this 6-all tie. Kickoff is taken in corner territory. Boy, he's got plenty of room out there, doesn't he? And he's going to, no, he breaks when he fumbles. The ball was stripped, and it looks like it's going to be picked up by the Lobos. Boy, what a tackle. He was just stripped of that ball, and it just hit the ground. And yes, the Lobos did get it. Yep, Lobos got it. No, they say, I guess they didn't. Porter got it. I don't know how. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how they got it. I really don't. But he thought he was in the open. And, boy, on this tackle, you'll see he'll be stripped right there. I mean, a good, clean tackle. And the Cowboys just lucked out, believe me. So they'll start 1st and 10 in Lobo territory at the 49-yard line on a great return that time. Four receivers. Moya with the ball. Oh, just threw it the wrong side. Just threw it to the opposite side. He's trying to find Christian Pena. And he threw it behind him. And it's awfully hard for these people to get turned around, a ball coming that quickly. So it's a 2nd down and 10. You hear a lot of times about, in the last few years, people talk about drops by receivers. Well, sometimes they need to talk about bad balls thrown by quarterbacks. I mean, those are pretty glaringly obvious. And that was just one of those balls that you'd like to have back again. Again, 4 receivers. Moya drops straight back, pass all the way, gets his man down at the 45-yard line to the 43. Brings up a Jesse Ramirez on the reception. See the replay. Good route run that time by Ramirez. It's short, and the Lobos are giving up that little short pass right there, so they'll take it. And that gets them to the 42 and leaves them just 3 yards for a 1st down. But remember, the clock continues to tick. It will stop as they reset the chains on the 1st down, but it's still ticking now. 4 receivers, 3 on the left side. Moya takes it, gives it to Aguirre. Aguirre, they're watching for him. He tried to get something around and couldn't do it. Lobos dropping for a loss. It'll bring up a 4th down, and they drop him back to the 46-yard line. Loss of 4. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 7. The Cowboys will punt it away. Sienna will punt it away. You'd like to get it down close and see if they can't bury him deep. Oh, he's going to fumble it, and they're going to be there to receive it. Yes, Jesse Ramirez falls on that ball. And the Cowboys get another big break. And here late in the 1st half, they get the ball inside the 15-yard line of the Lobos. We'll see where the officials put it down. Looks like it's going to be at the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Cowboys get a big break there. Oh, let's see if that Lobo defense can keep them out. They've kept them out all night. 4 receivers, 3 split wide right. Again, the single setback. Moya going deep into the end zone to that quarter pattern. Oh, right on the hands of his receiver. Oh, my. Saul Garza just couldn't handle it. You can see him lying there, sitting there thinking to himself, how could I have not caught that ball? Perfect pass by Moya. So it brings up a second down and 10. No, we've got a flag on the field. I didn't catch that. Okay. All right, here we go. It's going to be a holding call against the Cowboys. It'll bring them back 10. So it'll be a first down and 20. Oh, that's a bad break. First down and 20. Ball is at the 24-yard line. Cowboys are hurting themselves here. 6-6. 2 field goals by Sienna for Porter. A touchdown pass and a missed extra point for Lopez. 6-all here in the second quarter rather. Man in motion. Shovel pass straight ahead. Isagire. Boy, he gets some room down there. Gets inside the 25. We've got a flag out there again. We'll wait and see what the dirty laundry means. They're talking to the Cowboys, so it must be against the Lobos. Offsides against the Lobos. So it's still going to be a first down, but it'll be a 1st and 15. The ball is marked at the 19-yard line now of the Lobos. So they get 5 of their 10 yards back. All right, Cowboys make some wholesale changes there right at just before the huddle changes. Now Moy is talking about something, pointing to one of his receivers on the left side. Timeout. Now, something was wrong. Moya saw something out there, and he didn't think that there was something exactly right. I think what happened was, I believe Moya thought he didn't have the right personnel in for the play that was called, because he looked like he was talking to his offensive coordinator and see if they could get it straight. And when he saw it wasn't, you can see we've only got 38 seconds left with this score tied. And with the ball down there on the 15-yard line, 1st and 15, 38 seconds remaining. Ball on the 19-yard line. Moya going deep, going to the end zone, and it's going to be, in and out of the hands of his receiver. But we've got a flag out there, and I think that may have been an interference call for face guarding. Jesse Ramirez was the intended receiver. The defender cannot take his hand and put it in the face of the receiver and obstruct his view in any way. And the same works, of course, for the opposite way. Took off about 5.5 seconds on that play. 34 seconds remaining here in the first half. Score tied at 6. Sam Stadium scoreboard. The officials are talking about it. We'll see what they're going to call. Interference, yes, against the Lobos. It brings up an automatic first down, but also gives them yardage back down. It's half the distance to the goal line, I believe. No, it's 15 yards, so they're going to count it out. It's going to be down to the inside the 5-yard line, so it'll be a 1st and goal for the Cowboys at the 5-yard line. But remember, they were down here before in the first quarter, and this Lopez defense held them out on 4 straight plays. Here we are, shotgun. Moya sets up. Isagire to his right. A little quick screen pass out to the flanker, and it's down inside the 1. We got another flag out here again. Boy, this is getting terrible. Jesse Ramirez took that little quick flat pass and gotten it down, but we got a flag. From the position of the flag, my guess is against the Lobos. Possibly a face mask or something. No, it's a holding call against the offense. A very critical mistake by these Cowboys with less than 35 seconds remaining. Oh, boy. That'll move them back 10 yards to the 15-yard line. Oh, my. So it'll be a first down and goal, but the ball will be out at the 15-yard line. Makes life more difficult, doesn't it? 4 receivers. Moya sets up again with Isagire. Going to that pass into the corner this time I tell you, they were looking for it, and it wasn't even close. The receiver, Saul Garza, just got held up, and it was a perfectly legal play by the defender. but he just got held up and he couldn't even go to it. And I think you go to the well one time too many, and those defensive backs go to school on you. So it brings up a second down and goal, ball at the 15-yard line. But that was a perfectly thrown ball. I mean, it was right in the corner where he's been trying to hit Saul all night long. He sets right this time of Moya. Now Moya says something to his right side flanker. Drops straight back and, hits him. I mean, that was just a timing play. He threw to a spot in the end zone, and he found Christian Pena and hit him on that little pass. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Cowboys here with 13 and a half seconds remaining in the first half. Just a perfect call. Line up for the extra point. Now we've got something coming out. I don't know what it was. Well, I mean, that flag came flying from the side. The referee threw that. Delay a game. They let that play clock get down to 0. They'll move it back 5 yards for this extra point try. Porter on top now, 12-6. 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. You can see, I mean, what a great pass, just perfect, right there in the number 1. They're going to go for 2. Moya, and he wanted to find another receiver, and he just could not hang on. That was one of those that is a drop, and this should have had that one. So the score remains, the Porter Cowboys 12, the Lopez Lobos 6, 13 seconds remaining, 13 and a half seconds. What a great timing pattern that was. Those two really have that thing down. That ball was well on its way. I mean, it was zinging through the air, and Petey was still into his break, and then as soon as he turned around, I mean, it wasn't even a heartbeat before that ball was right into his chest, and he hung on and then gave the Cowboys now a 12-6 lead over the Lopez here in the second quarter. Just 13 and a half seconds remaining, so it looks like one last gasp for the Lobos here. Cowboys will kick it off with 13 and a half seconds remaining here in the first half. Siena's going to squib it down there, make it difficult to handle, and boy, it is. Finally picked up inside the 20 and gets out across the 25 to about the 27. Picked up by was picked up by Rico Benavides. The receiver who scored the touchdown took the scoring pass from Carlos Salas. So they'll have just a few seconds left here. They'll have one last try at it. We'll see if they're going to, no. Face mask. Ooh, face mask on Porter. So that's going to be a 15-yarder. That is a big penalty. Now this may all of a sudden change your offensive thinking. Do you want to take a shot at it from here? You probably can. Get in a couple of plays in this final few seconds, a couple of pass plays. Remember, the clock will stop on the incompleted pass. And all you need to do is get a pass interference call or get one bouncing around there. First and 10 Lobos at their own 44-yard line. Just seconds remaining here in this first half. Yep, they just put out 5 receivers. It's going to be everybody run down and catch the ball. Well, we hear all kinds of things back here. Oh, delay a game. They took a little too long. So that'll bring up a first and 15. The ball is set back at the 39-yard line this time. All the receivers stacked over on that right side. He's going to keep it on a draw play. And I mean, Salas gets across up towards midfield. I think he's got across midfield. And the clock will stop on the first down. He did. He gets to the Porter 45. And that's how the game's going to come to an end here at the half. It's going to be the Porter Cowboys leading the Lopez Lobos by a score 12-6. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. were once again invited to participate in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. The awards they received include All-American High Kick Company, Aurelio Martinez, Joseph Pineda, Magali Guerra. The All-American Miss High Kick Award, Magali Guerra. All-American Leadership Award, Magali Guerra. All-American Outstanding Technique Award, Jerry Castillo, Joseph Pineda, and Magali Guerra. All-American Honorable Mention Company Award, Elizabeth Cutino, Blanca Davila, Gabby Esparza. All-American Company Award, Valeria Antiveros, Jerry Castillo, Joseph Pineda, and Magali Guerra. Best Home Routine Award, Team Super Sweepstakes Award, Best Overall Team Technique, Most Admired Team of the Day, All-American Team of the Day, and All-American Team of the Week. Congratulations, Stars. You did an awesome job. Tonight, the Stars will be performing to the tune Old Time Rock and Roll. The Lopez High School Lobo Marching Band. The Lobo Band is under the field direction of drum major Becky Urbina, color guard captain Araceli Pasaman, and co-captains Priscilla Garza and Karen Hernandez. Guard member of the week is Anaí Olivares. Tonight, we will perform the first part of our 2005 marching show entitled Chaos Fury. Drum major, take it away. on behalf of the award-winning Portobellos under the direction of Mr. Rafael Aguilar perform tonight to the energetic We Like to Party. Officers for the Portobellos include Major Senior Irlanda de la Cruz, First Captain Senior Yolanda Cano, Second Captain Senior Ruth Aguilar, First Lieutenant Senior Yolanda Delante, Second Lieutenant Senior Rebecca Rodriguez, First Sergeant Senior Edwin Ceballos, Second Sergeant Junior Luis Guevara,
to begin. Quarter Cowboys lead the Lopez Lobos 12-6. The Cowboys will kick off. Taking at the 8-yard line. Head towards those right sidelines across the 20, 25. Boy, he's got plenty of running room. Gets out over across the 45-yard line up towards midfield, so it's going to be a great start for the Lopez Lobos. Lobos need to get something going. They had one really good offensive drive, and as you see here on the run back taken by Eric Mendoza. Mendoza just found himself a little seam out there on the right side. He just went down that right sideline and finally pushed out of bounds. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lobos. They'll start at their own 47-yard line. In the shotgun. Straight ahead. That handoff. Good blocking up front. Create a hole to get him through. That's Munoz, the fullback. Looks like he'll have enough, well, not quite enough. He'll pick up 9. It'll be a 2nd down and 1. Ball is spotted in the Porter territory at the 45-yard line. Lobos have had good success running from this formation that is normally a passing formation. There's always 4 receivers set out. He's going to keep it himself on a quarterback draw. He'll have enough for the 1st down. Inside the 40-yard line into the 38. 1st and 10. Pickup of 7. Lopez is still in this ball game. It's 12-6. You put up another score and an extra point, and this game changes completely. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Salas fakes to his running back, keeps it, goes straight ahead through a hole, making some running room there. Gets down to the 30-yard line. Close to a 1st down. We'll call it a 2nd down and short, 2nd and 2.
7 yards in the carry, 2nd and 3.
Lobos would like to put something up here if they could. They officially spot the ball at the 31-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd down and 3. Lobos moving it on the ground, especially out of this primarily passing formation. Pitch out, sweep right, Munoz brought down. The Lobos have managed to make good running yards from this formation. They have yet to throw a pass here in the 2nd half. We're just underway here. Short gain, pickup of 3. It'll be close to a 1st down. We'll call it a 3rd and 1. Ball at the 28-yard line of the Cowboys. Porter, on the other hand, has not had any success running from this formation at all. More success passing. The Lobos have not. He just fakes as if he's going to pass, and he's got a hole. Oh, boy. That offensive line opened up something right between the left guard and the center, and he just ran right through it. Salas gets down inside the 15. Spot the ball at the 13-yard line. That'll be another 1st and 10. Lobos knocking on the door, and you can see that hole that he went through. He just faked a pitch and just kept it straight ahead. Rolls left. Now he's going to keep it. Again, comes back against the grain and gets down inside the 10. Looks like he's going to see where they spot the ball. I think his knee went down around the 6. We'll see where they spot it. They did. That's what it was. His knee went down around the 7, maybe. 2nd down and 4. They're at the 7-yard line of the Cowboys. Knocking on the door here, the opening possession. Porter leads 12-6. Same formation. Yet to throw a pass from this formation in the second half. Looks like he wants to. Fakes one way, fakes another. He's going to be trapped and brought down. Good play that time by the Cowboys. Cowboys dropping for a loss. That's William Jaramillo came back in on that tackle and dropped Salas for a big loss. You can see as he's just running through there, and there he grabs him on the run. Just could not escape his grasp. Taking about, it'll be a loss of 8. We'll call it a 3rd down and 12 as the ball's back at the 15-yard line. Salas again, looks like he wants to pass, and he's going to pass. First pass of the second half, and he finds his man down at the 6. But that's still short of that first down. They've got to get down to the 4. So it'll be a 4th down. 4th down and 2. Ball at the Cowboys 6. We've got a timeout call on the field with the Porter Cowboys leading by a score of 12-6. 7:21 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 2. Ball is at the 6-yard line of the Cowboys. Lobos on the offense. Munoz lines him up with Salas in the backfield. Man goes in motion right. Benavides. Straight ahead. And he's going to have the first down. Gets down to the 1-yard line, I believe. And that'll give him a first down. And that's right, they will. Just straight ahead on a keeper by the quarterback, Salas. And so he'll get a first and goal. Ball is at the 1-yard line of the Cowboys. They overcame a big sack, a 7-yard loss on 2nd down. And went for it on a 4th and 2. Still in that shotgun. Does he get a touchdown? That's Munoz, rather. Justin Munoz goes in the yard for a touchdown. So this will tie this ball game up here in the 3rd quarter as the Lopez Lobos try to take the lead here with the extra point. Their first one was no good and blocked. So they'll be tied here at 12 all until the Lobos take a shot at the extra point. They'll go for the extra point with 60:53 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And the extra point is good. So the Lopez Lobos will now take the lead over the Porter Cowboys by a score of 13-12. The Lobos came out, took the opening drive, moved it down 53 yards and scored a touchdown. Kickoff is away, and it's going to be out of bounds, which is a penalty. So the Cowboys will start up around their own 30-yard line. That's an illegal procedure call, I believe, is what they call it. But you cannot kick the ball out of bounds on a kickoff. Punts are different. When is a kick not a kick? When it's a punt. All punts are kicks, but not all kicks are punts. Cowboys trail now for the first time in this ball game, 13-12. Looks like they're going to make them re-kick it. They're going to move them back 5 yards, make them kick it from the 35. Well, no, pick it up from the 40. Is there a penalty that we missed? No, there it is. Now they're going to kick it back to the 35 and kick from there. And they'll put it in play. I'm surprised the Cowboys didn't take that. I believe they get it on their own 30-yard line if you kick it out of bounds. I think I would have taken that instead of kicking it over. But, of course, that's why I'm up here, and that's why Coach Kaiser's down there. Yeah, standing there with his assistants. whoever the defensive coordinator is, I don't know who he is for the Cowboys, has done a great job tonight. Both these defensive coordinators have done a great job for both these teams. Defensive coordinator, of course, for the Lobos is Silvano Ramirez, and he's done a great job. The defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, whoever he is, again, has done a great job. These two teams have pretty well held each other in check. Getting ready to kick the ball. It's going to be a squibber in the hands and out of the hands and heading back toward the end zone, and it'll be down right there. Smart move. Boy, what a great play. And he made the right move down that thing in the background, right there in the end zone. Take it on your own 20. Smart play by Eric Solis, the defensive back, senior defensive back. So Cowboys will get it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, at their own 20-yard line, when they could have had it to 30 last time. But we won't second guess. Julian Moya starting to connect on that pass he's been wanting to find all night. He's starting to get this offense into gear. Drops straight back, hits his running back in the hands. It was not really a good pass. It would have been a short gain up around the 23. Wanted to get a hold of Jesse Ramirez. But it'll fall incomplete. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Ball remains at the 20-yard line of the Cowboys. Again, 4 receivers. Into that shotgun. Again, drops straight back. And he's going to go deep. And he's got a man. He's going to be caught. It'll be into Lopez territory down around the, no, I guess it's going to be down around the 45 miles an hour. They say, no, he didn't catch it. Now, it looked good, pretty good to me. Looked like he came down with 1 foot in bounds. But it'll go back as a long miss, a long incompletion. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. That was headed for Christian Pena. I really thought that was a good throw and a good catch. This time they stacked 3 to the left side, to the right side rather. Drops straight back, being rushed, changes his mind. He's going to scramble, heading for the sideline, and brought down about the 26, 27-yard line. He'll be short of that 1st down. So they'll have to punt the ball away. The ball is put at the 26-yard line. No, they said 27. So it'll be a 4th and 3. Well, the Lobos, this could give them good field position. They've had a couple of good returns tonight that they had not been able to capitalize on until this last one. Gets it away. That's Sieta. He's both the kicker and the punter. Oh, they didn't catch it. It's going to let it bounce on this carpet. You never know where it's going to go. So he gets a great bounce on that. And the Cowboys pin them back on their own 29 when they could have made a little, if they caught the ball right around the 40, they'd have saved themselves about 12 or 13 yards. But it didn't happen that way. So for the Lobos, they'll start 1st and 10 deep in their own territory at their own 29-yard line. Lobos in the lead, 13-12 here. Salas gives it to his running. No, he fakes it this time. Rolls right, passes downfield. He's got a man wide open down in Porter territory. And no, they say he came down and it was incomplete. Oh, what a great pass. And too bad for the catch. It was going to number 13, Benavides, who caught the original touchdown. And as you can see, the Lobos on top, 13-12. That was a great call. Great call at the right time and a great pass. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line of the Lobos. Boy, Salas had a lot on that ball. Benavides just could not hang on to it. And I'm sure he'll be seeing that tonight in his sleep. looking at that ball thinking, how did it get away from me? He fakes it, now runs, having success. He's a tough runner. Both of them are back there in that backfield. Both he and Munoz. Picks up about 7. Ball gets out to the 36-yard line. So it's a 3rd and 3. I got to get up to just about the 40. It's a little about 3.5 yards. Underway here in the second quarter, or rather the second half in the third quarter. Well, look at all these people. They've got 2 people in the set over on the left side. A little shovel pass, cuts right, trying to get first down yardage. It looks like he does, and that looks like he's going to get a friendly spot. That's a little variation of that formation that we've been seeing from them all the time. Ball was carried by Jorge Salinas. He's a junior receiver. It'll give him a 1st and 10. Ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. Knows the football just on the 40. Lobos in control and have the lead. Man in motion to the left. Sales fakes to his running back, keeps it, goes over the right side, short yardage. We've got a new running back, spelling Munoz. It's Ronnie Slovak. He's a sophomore. 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. I like that 3rd down call, Sammy. Coach Montalvo, that was a good call. They had not seen that formation at all tonight. 4 receivers. Salas, he wants to pass, being rushed hard, and he's going to be sacked. I mean, he was just pulled down by his jersey on a good play by Emilio Hurtado. And he'll have no gain. He might have gained a breath, okay? In fact, I think that'll probably go down it'll go down as a loss of about 2 or so. That's right. What's the deal? Back to the 38. We'll call it a 3rd down and 12. Ball at the Lobo 38-yard line. Again, that same formation, 4 receivers. Pumps, runs back, chased, gets away, and going to find a receiver somewhere. And all he wanted to do was just get rid of that ball and not take the sack so they can punt it away. That's what'll happen. It'll be 4th and long, 4th down and 12. Lobos punted away from their own 38-yard line. They're still in the lead, though, 13-12. Took some valuable time off that clock. Kept that Porter offense off the field. Good punt. Taken down around the 25-yard line. And he'll be dragged down. A great tackle. I tell you, he just ran him down and grabbed his jersey. That was David Martinez for the Lobos. And running that back was Eric Solis, a defensive back for the Cowboys. We got a flag, it looks like. Well, it's an illegal block against the Cowboys on the return, and that'll add 10 more yards, starting back inside the 20. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 17-yard line. Again, those are the kind of penalties that you just hate to have happen. And the Cowboys do a little shifting there and shift out of that particular formation, go back into their spread again to that shotgun. Moya gives it to his running back. He tries one way, comes back the other way. Moya's out to block. Moya threw a great block. And he gets across the 35, and he'll be there. That was a great block that Moya threw out there. And Aguilar makes some big yardage, makes a first down. Gets out to the 39-yard line. Pickup of about 17. First and 10, ball at the Cowboys 39. Boy, the Lobos had that one shut down completely, it looked like, until Aguilar turned around and reversed his field. Here he comes again. Keeps going. Just he's tough to bring down. Aguilar just reversed his direction on the play, and I don't know if you saw this or not. Julian Moya went out and threw a great block on a linebacker, and I mean leveled him. And that was one of the blocks that got Aguilar free to make the big yardage. Boy, I mean, he threw a great block, and it's going to be another first down. First and 10 into Lobo territory at the Lobo 48-yard line. That's the first time that the Cowboys have had really any success running from this formation. He wants to pass. Oh, got a man wide open right around the 37-yard line. He took a vicious hit. 2:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Oh, my. That was a big hit on Jesse Martinez. Amazing he kept his hands on the ball. First and 10, Cowboys at the Lobo 37-yard line. Moya steps back. He's going to go deep, and he's got a man open, and it's going to be caught. Jesse Ramirez pulls it in and goes in for a touchdown, a 37-yard touchdown pass from Moya. Oh, my. He just laid that in there, and he picked it up in full stride, and the Cowboys have regained the lead, 18-13. Cowboys are going to go for two. Moya fakes, nope. He went ahead and gave it the handoff, and they were expecting it this time. So 1:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Cowboys on top now, 18-13. Kicking off to the Lopez Lobos, and they'll have the opportunity to get back in this ball game because they have. 18-13 on that touchdown pass to Jesse Ramirez. And now for the Lobos, they're going to have to get back in shape here and get this game going again. Kick is taken down inside the 5-yard line out to the 20, 22, 23-yard line. And barring a penalty, that's where we'll start. Porter on top, 18-13. That Porter defense has been tough tonight. Both defenses have played really, really well. First and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Still on that spread offense. Salas keeps it straight ahead. There was no faking at all. He just keeps going and gets out to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and 1. The Lobos have had success running from this offense. Mostly, of course, it's been Juan Munoz, the running back, and the quarterback, Carlos Salas. Rico Benavides, number 13, has been the receiver of most of the passes tonight. Again, that same formation. Gives it to Munoz. Munoz, he met a lot of blue shirts, but I think he fell forward enough for the first down. And they want to take a look at it real quickly. And it'll be a first and 10. Ball is at the 32-yard line of the Lobos. Lobos need to get something going. Still in that same formation. Out of that shotgun. 3 receivers right this time. Single left. Fakes to Munoz. Keeps it. Goes over the right side. Runs into a host of blue tacklers. Picked up a little yardage. We'll say he picked up a couple. We'll call it a 2nd down and 8. Again, from that shotgun, 3 receivers right. We're just counting down, and here we go. That's the end of the quarter. They get the play off, and it's going to be a quick pitch out, and it's going to be dropped and fumbled, but the Lobos got it back again. So as the quarter comes to an end, the Lobos pick up some positive yardage in a very unpositive way. It's Porter 18, Lopez 13 here at the end of the 3rd quarter. First down. And that's going to mean that we're going to change places. Porter 18, Lopez 13 as we head into the 4th quarter. Salas lines up behind center. That's been a big change from what we've seen before. Have single setback, man in motion. Fakes to Munoz, and he runs to the right side around that end. And they'll run him out of bounds short of the 50-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and short. I believe they ran him out about the 48. We'll see where they spot it. The 49-yard line. You can see he gets a little interference out there and finally gets pushed out of bounds. That's the first time we've seen him deviate from that shotgun. He lined up right behind the center. Back into that spread from that shotgun. Salas fakes the pass, tucks it up. He's going to go for a loss. He'll be dragged down behind the line of scrimmage back into Lobo territory. He'll lose about 4 on that, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 as the ball goes back at the, they say he only lost a couple, so we'll call it a 3rd and 4. Ball is back at the 49-yard line of the Lobos, right there short of midfield. Lobos still in this, 18-13 here in the opening minutes of the 4th quarter. Lobos have scored 2 touchdowns, 4 receivers. Keeps it, rolls left, tucks it, runs, stopped, meets blue shirts, down. Pretty simple equation. And he lost about 4 on that as they bring him back down at the 45. So the Lobos are going to have to punt it away. It'll bring up a 4th down and 8. Good defense, as you can see. Look at that. Blue shirts just came from everywhere and brought Carlos Salas to the ground. So the Lobos are going to punt it away. Boots away. And it's going deep. And it's going to be picked up inside the 5, out across the 10 to the 14-yard line. Carried by Eric Solis, one of the defensive backs. So that's where they'll have it, 1st and 10. The ball will be at the 14-yard line. For the Cowboys, they'd like to add to their score. 18-13. Still in that stretch. Moya downfield. And, boy, threw it to double coverage. Not a good pass. He was trying to find one of his receivers. I believe he was looking for Jesse Ramirez. Falls incomplete, brings up a second down and 10. Julian Moya has been the quarterback this entire game. He was a starter last year. He's been sharing the backfield with Arturo Aguilar, who's been the running back. 4 receivers still in that shotgun. Aguilar blocks. Moya goes out to his right, hits his man, slips a tackle, and another tackle, but knocked out of bounds. Ramirez. The clock will stop. Good enough for a first down. Spot the ball at the 31-yard line, a pickup of 17 on the play. Aguilar sets up to the right side this time of Moya. Again, 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Moya wants to go downfield again. Finds his man wide open right around the 45-yard line, Christian Pena. And I like his enthusiasm. As he got up, he gave the first down signal, and you're right, unless there's a penalty, and there isn't. And they say his knee went down at the 44, pickup of about 13. Oh, right on the money. Good pass from Moya. And I tell you, I don't know how Pena got that open, but he sure was. 1st and 10, ball at the 44-yard line of the Cowboys. On the drive, they lead by 5. Down. And it's out of his reach. Probably just as well. Brings up a second down and 10. Ball at the 44. Moya just launched that like a rocket out there. He had 2 receivers, but there are also about 3 defensive backs. The Lobos have really done a pretty good job in pass coverage tonight. Both teams have. Their defenses have played pretty well, which is why our score is where it is, 18-13. Lobos put together 2 solid drives, which accounts for their 13 points. The Cowboys have misfired a bit, but finally got it back together again. Man goes in motion to the left. Moya gives it to Aguilar. Aguilar runs right. Tiptoes down those sidelines. Run out of bounds. Bounced out pretty hard. But he'll get into Lobo territory. And it's going to be enough for the first down. Spot the ball at the 47-yard line of the Lobos. 9-yard pickup on that play. All right, setting the receivers. Goes to Aguilar, straight ahead. Gets out across that line of scrimmage up to where the linebackers are and finally brought down there. Picks up about 4. Second down and 6. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Actually, they spiked him down to 41. Gave him a little more than what I thought. Second down and 4. The Cowboys have managed to start picking up their running game from this formation. Of course, as you can see, when you throw 4 receivers into a pattern and you keep 1 running back with the quarterback, obviously running is not your not your main goal. Again to Aguilar. I say that and they give it to Aguilar. He breaks a couple of tackles. Look at him. He's just trying to find some place where he can run, and they finally bring him down from behind, but not before he gets inside the 25-yard line of the Lobos. Should be a first down. Aguilar just runs hard. He's got pretty good vision. You can watch him here as he slipped a tackle. Now he heads outside, comes back, reverses direction, finally gets brought down from the other side. But good vision to keep himself in good shape. Ball is at the 23-yard line of the Lobos. Cowboys knocking on the door once again. They have that 5-point lead. 3 receivers right. They fake it this time. Moya keeps it, goes the opposite direction. Heads to the sidelines and brought down. Tackling from behind. Julian Moya shows some nice little moves there as a running back. It's inside the 15. Down to the 12-yard line. Got a timeout called here. It's Porter 18, Lopez 13. Lobos want to keep the Cowboys out of that end zone. Moya gives it to Aguilar. Aguilar just rolls to his right, and boy, tripped up right around the 5-yard line, but there's a flag out there. And that usually comes in the spot where it's an offensive holding call, but we'll wait and see what the referee says. That's what it is. It's going to be an illegal use of the hands call, holding against the Cowboys offense. So they're misfiring down there again. They've done this earlier. It goes from the spot of the foul. So it's at the 5-yard line. It occurred at the 6. So they move the ball out to the 16-yard line. So I believe it'll be a 1st down and 14. The ball is at the 16-yard line. All right, Moya keeps signaling something's not working right here. Moya takes the snap again from that short punt formation, going into his corner. Oh, he just didn't get it there to his favorite receiver, Jesse Ramirez. Good defense that time by the Lobos. They've been trying to get that little corner pass completed all night long and just haven't been able to get it in there. So it falls incomplete, brings up a 2nd down and 14. Ball at the 16-yard line of the Lobos. Again, the Lobos want to keep them out because if the Cowboys score again, it makes it a 2-score difference. In other words, they'd have to score at least twice on a touchdown or a field goal to go ahead and win. Moya in that shotgun, a little quick flanker out. Picks it up, breaks a tackle, slides his way down towards the 5-yard line. I believe that was Frank Barrera on the reception there. The officials are saying it's close to a 1st down. They want to pull the chains out and see. If it's not a 1st, it'll be mighty close. It's funny how sometimes football becomes a game of inches. Oh, you can see the official holds his fingers up about 2 inches. So it brings up a 3rd down and inches. The ball is set about the 3-yard line. They've got to get to the 2 to pick up that 1st down. Now they've reset that ball to that hash mark. If you've ever watched a football game, pro football game or college football game from a professional stadium, you'll see the differences in the hash marks. Still in that spread formation from that shotgun. Moya and Aguilar. Moya keeps it. Aguilar's his lead blocker. Boy, I don't know that he made it or not. Hey, there was a wall of white shirts there and navy blue helmets. Doesn't look like it. 4th down. So it's a 4th down and inches. The ball is still right about the 3-yard line of the Lobos. Lobos held them out again earlier in the game. They held them. They had a 1st and goal from the 5, and the Lobos forced them to give it up on downs at the 1. All right, they want to make up their mind. We'll see what they're going to do. My guess is they'll go for the field goal. I would. Why not? I think we want to talk about it, so that's what we'll do. We'll all take a timeout and we'll talk about it. So we're in the fourth quarter. It's Porter 18, Lopez 13. Indecision cost him 5 yards to delay a game. So they're going to move it back, and he's going to try a one from the 10-yard line, 20-yard field goal, and it's good. So Porter pushes that lead up now to 21-13, and it's a two-score ball game now for the Lopez Lobos as we're ticking away here in the fourth quarter. 6:03 remaining. Lobos are going to have to score twice if they want to get back in and win this ball game. Sierra squibs it, picked up at the 30. Oh, fumbled it, but fell on his own fumble. So the Lobos will keep the ball, and they'll get it in pretty good field position. 1st and 10. Ball will start at the 36-yard line. Lobos have got to get that offense untracked again. Cowboys have put up a tough defense tonight. Made it difficult for the Lobos to make any kind of yardage. Lobos need to get something going here. They got to have two scores. They trail 21-13. Still in that short punt formation. Salas rolls to his left. Nope, comes back the other way. Boy, he's running for dear life. Here he goes. Oh, bam, what a shot on that defensive lineman from Porter. He just gets pancaked and leveled, and he gets a pass downfield to Benavides, and it's going to be good, but there's a flag down, I'm afraid. Oh, this could be terrible to bring back that play. Oh, what a block. I'll tell you, that block was put on by number 73, Ulysses Rodriguez. He's a big offensive tackle, and he just absolutely popped Misael Marquez. And, I mean, it didn't hurt him, but, I mean, it was kind of like a train. Look at this. You'll see that block right there. Bang. Just leveled him. Of course, he jumps right back up. Now he throws the pass, but unfortunately, the great play goes for naught because of that holding penalty. So it'll be a 1st down and 20 as they move the ball back to the 26-yard line. What a play. Oh. Wow, that is football at its finest, let me tell you. That is terrific football. That's how you play it, how you draw it up. That is great. First down and long, still long. Got to make up for 20. Salas, low snap, picks it up, gives it to Munoz. Munoz straight ahead, but not much. Let me tell you, there's a lot of blue shirts out there just waiting for him to come in. He gets across the 25 and out to about the 28, but it's going to be a short gain of only 2. So to bring up a 2nd down and 18. Ball is at the 28-yard line of the Lobos. Lobos don't have a whole lot of time left. We're under 5 minutes left here in this fourth quarter, and they've got to put up a touchdown or a field goal to win this ball game. Back in that spread formation in that shotgun. Salas. Munoz blocks. Going downfield, right in the middle of the field. No, overthrew his man. I don't think his receiver, he and the receiver are on the same page. He was trying to find Jorge Salinas, but it looked to me like Salinas had been either held up or stopped on his pattern. So to bring up a 3rd down and 18. Ball remains at the Lobo 28-yard line. Lobos have not had a lot of success through the air tonight. Salas has a 1 touchdown pass that went to Rico Benavides. Now we've got a timeout called here on the field. It's the Porter Cowboys 21, the Lopez Lobos 13. 3rd and long for the Lobos. They're going to have to do something here because they need to score. 3rd and 18, the ball's at their own 28-yard line. Now they're going to put everybody in the pattern. He's going to have 5 receivers and nobody else left, and he's being rushed. Looks way downfield. It's going to be picked off by the Cowboys. Across the 40 to the 47-yard line, and the Cowboys pick it off. and that could be real trouble for the Lobos. Robert Roman, the defensive back, senior defensive back, picked it off. So the Cowboys, all they have to do now, if they want to, is run that clock down, and they'll be in pretty good shape. But the Cowboys, with their passing offense, are not what you would call a good team to use with a lot of the clock. But I have a feeling that we'll be seeing a lot of running from probably from Aguilar and maybe from Moya. 4:28 remaining here. Set 3 receivers left, single to the right. Now they move the running back out, put in 5 receivers. Goes right to one of his big receivers. He just tries to stay in bounds. It looks like they dragged him down by the face mask. We got a flag because you could see from the way his head was turning, it looked a little awkward. The pass was for Frank Alvarez. Something's going on here. The Lopez Lobos are signaling like they have the football here, but we've not seen anything from the officials. The officials are talking about it. And the so it's a face mask call against the Lobos, and that'll result in a first down. So the Cowboys will keep it. The Lobos will have to find a way to get it back. We're just sitting there looking at some of the size of some of these young men. 1st and 10, ball is at the 46-yard line of the Lobos. Really all the Cowboys have to do is just eat time on that clock. I don't believe the Lobos have but 1 timeout left. In that shotgun, Aguilar sets up with Moya. 4 receivers. Moya drops straight back, pumps right. Now he wants to go downfield to the middle of the field, going deep. And the receiver and the defensive back get all caught up. And we've got a flag out there. We'll see which way it goes. But remember, people forget about the fact that once the ball is in the air, the defensive back and the receiver have exactly the same right to that ball. So there can be offensive interference as well as defensive. We'll wait for the official, the referee. They're picking up the flag. Okay. Picking up the flag because the ball was uncatchable. And that's come along in the last few years, and I think it's a good rule. There really can't be any pass interference if the ball could not be caught. And that ball was over his head and could not be caught. So it's going to go down as an incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10. Ball remains at the Lobo 46. 4:04 remaining. 21-13. Lobos have got to get that ball back and put up 8 points. 4 receivers still in that shotgun. Moya gives it to Aguilar. Aguilar goes left, runs straight ahead, trying to eat up the clock. Brought down by the Lobos linebacking crew. But that's what you do. Just send him straight ahead, and you can see him as he's looking out there on the bench. And I want to keep the clock rolling, want to keep it going. And they do. You can see, see that hole he has there? He has good vision, and he just runs where he sees an opening. His body dragged down from behind. It'll be a 1st and 10 as they spot the ball at the 32-yard line of the Lobos. Pick up a 14. But most importantly for the Cowboys, that clock continues to run. Again, they give it to Aguilar. Goes the same direction and cuts back infield because he wants to stay in bounds. Doesn't want to get run out of bounds and stop the clock. But I believe he picked up the 1st down again, and that's why they'll stop the clock until they move those chains. But once the chains are in place, the clock will start. The ball is marked at the 14-yard line, and that will be a 1st and 10. Is that the 14? No, that's the, let's see, 19-yard line. There we go. I'll get my yard line straight. Gain of 13 on the play. Man goes in motion right. Oh, Moya can't handle. They're going to go to a direct snap. Moya picks it up, runs right to try and save it. Tries to scatter it out. Actually, what they were trying to do is they were trying to go to, looks like Rolando Izaguirre, who was in the backfield. And they're trying to get the ball to him on a direct snap, but there's a flag out there. Probably it's going to be against the Cowboys, would be my guess. Would probably be a motion play, because that play didn't look right from the beginning. Nope, it's an ineligible receiver downfield because of the scrambling quarterback. That was supposed to be a running play. And, of course, the linemen don't always know. They've got their back to the ball. And so they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is blocking downfield. And you can't exceed 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. It's a 5-yard penalty. So it'll bring up a first down and 15. Ballroom is at the 24-yard line of the Lobos. Moya remains in with Aguirre. Aguirre rolls left. Moya over the middle. Hits his man. Short gain. Ramirez, no, he keeps squirming out of tackles. I thought he was down about 5 yards earlier, but he squirmed away and finally dragged down from behind inside the 15-yard line. Spot the ball at the, looks like they spot the ball at the 19. So it'll bring up a second down and 9. Pickup of 6 on that play. Again, the clock is ticking down here in the fourth quarter. The Lobos need a turnover or a takeaway of some kind. Again, 4 receivers. Going to the corner, trying to find that score, and it's going to be knocked away on a good defensive play. And they have not been able to make that stick at all tonight. Trying to find Frank Barrera, that senior receiver, into that corner slot. Falls incomplete. And, of course, for the Cowboys, the clock will stop. So it's a 3rd and 9, the ball at the Lobo 19-yard line. Here they come. Moya will set the play. Julian Moya, starting quarterback last year and, of course, this year, and a nice young man. Enjoyed talking with him. Still in that shotgun. And goes down. Oh, that was what they used for the scoring play. Again, it was that timing pattern right across the end zone. What happens is that Christian Pena just takes a step into the end zone and turns, and Moya hits him right between the numbers, but the pass didn't get there this time. So to bring up a 4th down, 4th down and 9, ball is at the 19-yard line. Aldo Sieta comes out, the kicker. He'll try and salt this one away. One more field goal, this game is over, because the Lobos will have to score twice to make any difference. That one is no good. So the Lobos get a chance to get into the end zone and try a 2-point conversion, but they got a long ways to go. They're going to get the ball at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Lobos start in their own territory, 1st and 10 at the 20. Oh, the Cowboys want to call a timeout. Yeah, they do. Cowboys call a timeout here. Just the beginning of this last few minutes of the quarter. Porter leads Lopez by a score of 21-13. Lobos need to make it work right now. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Still in that shotgun. And it's going to be a short, quick pass out to the 25-yard line. And we have a new quarterback has checked in. It's going to be Jorge Salinas. No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. It's Cesar Gracia. There we go. Cesar Gracia just checked in, and he hit Jorge Salinas on that. So it's a 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 25-yard line. He rolls to his right. Pass is going to be caught, I believe, or did he not hang on to it? And no, he didn't. So that will bring up a third down. Third down and 5. Ball is spotted at the Lobo 25-yard line. Time ticking away late here in the fourth quarter. New quarterback, Cesar Gracia. We don't know what happened to Carlos Salas. We hope he was not injured. Gracia rolls to his left, hits his running back. That's Rico Benavides. That's one of his receivers. Should be good enough for the first down as he gets out across the 35. No, it is a first down. Ball is at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Straight drop back. Gracia launches one. And it's batted around and picked off by the Cowboys. Cowboys rein it in and head back towards midfield. And that'll be stopped. An interception by Abraham Zamorano. So it's Porter 21, Lopez 13 here in the fourth quarter. Got a flag out there somewhere. You can see on the replay that ball was tipped and back into the hands of Zamorano. And that's just the old tip drill that they practice every day. Cowboys keep it, but the flags may bring it back. We'll see what they call. Oh, it's a defensive holding. And that'll be 10 yards and an automatic first down. And so they get new life here. Negates that interception and brings them down to the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 of the Cowboys. No, okay, they say they get to keep it. All right, I'm with you there. Cowboys keep it, 1st and 10. Apparently that happened after the interception was made, and I missed that. So the Cowboys want to kill the clock. And who else do they go to? That's the man, Aguirre. Arturo Aguilar, rather. He's been running all night long to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 5. I was going to say, Aguilar must be awfully tired. He's carried the ball a lot. 21-13. Both these defenses have really been spectacular tonight. And these are tough offenses to control. Discussing something here. I'm not sure exactly what the deal was, but I think we had a timeout while we were here on the field. So I guess they're going to get it all straightened out, what they want to do. Cowboys lead 21-13. They've led all but just for a few minutes in the end of the first half and for a few minutes there in the third quarter. Now here we go. 2nd and 5 for the Cowboys at their own 39-yard line. Clock ticks away here in the fourth quarter. He keeps 2 running backs with him. And there he goes. Pitches out to Ramirez. Ramirez just dances down those sidelines. And he's going to be run out of bounds, though. They're not going to be able to keep the clock going. But he picked up a bunch of yardage as he crossed over midfield down to the 48-yard line of the Lobos. A 1st and 10. Clock will not start, of course, until the ball is snapped. That time, both Aguilar and Ramirez lined up with Moya. Let me tell you, for a quarterback, both these quarterbacks, both Salas and Moya, this is a tough offense for a quarterback. I mean, this is really a tough offense. He's got to make a lot of reads on passes. He's got to make a lot of reads on that defensive line. He's got to make a lot of decisions real quickly, and both these young men have done very, very well. We got a delay of game penalty. So that'll move the ball back. So it'll be a first down and 15 as they move the ball back into Cowboy territory to the 47-yard line. But we're winding down. What they want to do is just use up every second that they can, because we're in the closing seconds of this ball game. Looks like Porter's going to pick up their first victory. He'll take the knee, and that should be it. And that'll wrap it up here from Sam Stadium. It's the Porter Cowboys defeating the Lopez Lobos by a score of 21-13. For all of us here at KBSD and at Porter High School, I'm Larry Janucki wishing you a pleasant good night.